Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Shlach here in Israel. And there are two ideas that I wanted to express. The one I heard from Rav Zamir Cohen, which I felt it relates to, in life sometimes we have people that just get under our skin. We don't know why, and sometimes we can't really explain it. But in Parshat Shlach, we have this profound key to understanding and handling these moments with these people. The Torah commands, Shlach lecha nashim ve'yatur et eretz Canaan, which is instructing the leaders to not go and spy out the land, but to rather go and tour the land. Yatur means to tour the land. And so Rav Zamir Cohen speaks about the difference between a tourist and someone who is spying. A tourist goes to seek beauty. They invest effort to notice what's good, and they return uplifted. A spy, on the other hand, they are looking for the flaws. They're looking for weaknesses. And so the tragedy of the Meraglim is that they decided to change their tafkid. They were supposed to be doing the job of, tourists. And instead, we call it the sin of the spies because they decided to be Meraglim, to be spies instead. And they focus on what was wrong and instead of what was right. So this choice, Rav Zamir Cohen says, it mirrors our own lives. And for many of us, it's to do with our marriages, but in general, it's our lives. We can be tourists. We could deliberately seek the good in our spouses and in our circumstances, or we could become spies and we could focus on every irritation, every speed bump, every obstacle that comes our way. And he gave two examples. He said you can have a husband that's very calm, and his calmness may seem passive until a pressure comes up in the lives of the husband and wife, and all of a sudden that calmness becomes a gift and it becomes an asset to the wife. Or you can have a wife who's very meticulous about cleaning, and it may feel obsessive until one day the husband realizes the blessing of having a peaceful, orderly home. And so every person in every situation has two sides, and the Torah is urging us to choose the lens of the tourist, because the sin of the spies wasn't what they saw, it was what they chose to look for. And I thought that was a very profound idea, and there's one more idea that I wanted to express, which was in relation to the question of why was it that the Jews were punished now? It says that the tourists, or the spies, went around for 40 days, and Hashem sped up the journey, that it would only take them 40 days because they were going to come back, give this bad report, and now he's going to punish them with 40 years wandering in the desert, 1 year for each of the days they went through the Eretz Canaan. And they were not going to merit to enter Israel. The whole generation was going to die. Only their children would come into Israel. Why is it that now they're being punished with this? Because we see, time and again that the Jews have sinned. The Jews have done so many mistakes throughout the desert. So why is it now? And I thought of Benaiah. I thought of my baby boy and what, sometimes I want to give him a gift. I want to take him to the toy shop and buy him a present. But he's, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. He's hungry, he's cranky, not doing so well. And every step of the way from my house to the toy store is just going downhill. He's doing things wrong. He's not doing well. And I keep saying, come on, we're going to go get a present. I want to give this to you. I really want to give you this present. And that's what Hashem is saying to us. I really want to give you Eretz Yisrael. It's a good place. I want to give it to you. But we keep sinning and we keep doing problems and we keep causing issues. And eventually we're there. We're in Eretz Yisrael. Me and Benaiah are in the toy store. And I say, okay, we're here. And he throws this huge tantrum and he does something so terrible. And I say, you know what? I'm going to be a bad parent if I give this thing to you right now. And so I can't do it. And it hurts me. I wanted to give him this present, but I can't. And I think that's the same thing that Hashem is going through. He views us like his children, and he wants to give us these good things. And it's important, I think, if you can take one message away from this little analogy, it's that Hashem wants to give us good. He wants to give us everything that's good for us and right for us and going to make our life perfect and happy and healthy. But we just need to follow the rules. We just need to behave like good people. We need to be proper Jews. And when we can do that, then Hashem will have an easy journey from Egypt, from Chutz La'aretz, from wherever we're going in life, to our home, to where he wants to bring us. So B'ezras Hashem, we should all merit to be matzliach in these two ways: to be tourists in life, to see the good, to invest in the good, and to constantly be looking for the good, and to acknowledge that Hashem wants to give us good. And when we can acknowledge that, it'll make it so much easier for us to see the good in life. Shabbat Shalom.